Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of
Building Modular
with Jennifer and Dave. Jennifer, go ahead, kick us off.
Well, welcome everyone. This is another episode of Building Modular. And each week we're trying to bring together a community of folks who are already into volumetric construction, people who may be traditional site builders looking to get into volumetric, homeowners who are thinking about using modular construction for their next new build, and even commercial builders, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, this show is really for everybody that wants to build better, build smarter, build healthier homes. And today we're going to talk about not being a snowflake. So if you're a manufacturer, this episode is for you, right? Because we're going to start injecting some ideas here from what we have learned and our thought process moving forward on how this industry is going to go somewhere other than south. I don't know. It's going to go somewhere other. We're going south.
There's snowflakes involved.
I know. So see it right there. Don't be a snowflake is the title of today's show. All right. So everybody right now, hit that like and share button because we are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. And if you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really could use the support, and the more followers we have, the easier it is for us to keep going and bringing you this live content 5-6 days a week for a year.
Yeah.
For a year. We do this and we put all of our effort into it. So those likes, shares, and follows mean the world to us. So please subscribe.
They do. So today you're probably wondering, what do snowflakes have to do with new home construction, residential construction, commercial construction? And the title and theme of today's show was actually inspired by a recent blog post by the co-CEOs of Blockable. You know, Blockable out there is doing great things in terms of addressing housing attainability, housing affordability, and changing the way we build and develop communities. And Dave and I started talking about this and thinking about it and the value of offsite construction. You know, it's not about just building indoors, right? It's about workflows, process, efficiencies, scalability, bringing all of that indoors in a controlled environment, but more importantly, designing into this way of thinking, designing into a manufacturing environment, designing into ease of assembly. And the only way you can do that is if you standardize your product.
Standardization. Now there's a brilliant idea. Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, if we're going to actually treat this and as a production line, like a facility, like manufacturing should be treated, and still deliver a superb product with customization, it can still be beautiful, then we definitely need to talk about standardization. And we're going to cover a bunch of different areas on this. So go ahead. I know.
Well, I mean, listen, right? I mean, you and I were kind of joking about it. What do Converse and Chuck Taylors have to do with
I got a banner for that.
Building? Right? What do they have to do with each other?
Well, listen. Home building and Chuck Taylors could be very similar, just like the automobile industry and home building. It's the fact of the matter is they standardized their product. It has been around forever. Modular home builders been around forever, but Converse is taking it to the next level. They actually have a production line. They don't say yes to everything and everybody. They don't.
Right.
Now go ahead.
Right. But
I said I'd stay off my soapbox.
But I want my own pair of Chuck Taylors. I don't want the Chucks that you're wearing.
That's right. But you can customize your Chucks online. You can go online and you can pick a different color. You can pick a pattern. You can put your name on them if you like.
Right. So we're jumping ahead into, one of our favorite supporters, hot topic. But before we get there, let's talk about what the show really is about. So if you're a manufacturer, if you're a builder, and you are building something entirely different every single time, this is the show for you. Because what we need to do is go from a project mindset into a product mindset, where we lead with design, where we lead with the product in mind. And yes, it may need to be customized for where it's going, the unique location, all of those things engineered for that wind zone, velocity zone, coastal area, whatever it might be. It has to be engineered for the appropriate space that it's going to, but we don't have to reinvent the wheel.
We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Why don't we take a second and say hello to a couple people real quick?
Yeah.
And then we're going to jump into this since we have some people tuning in quickly this morning. Hey, George Ryman. Good morning from Shorefoot Foundations, Phoenix, Arizona. George, our road trip's starting in February, man. Hoping we come see you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Look who it is. We got Doug Pill. Good morning, you two.
Excellent. Yeah,
I just had lunch.
Doug's ears might be ringing because we're going to talk a little bit about our conversation with you, Doug, that we had a few weeks back.
That's right. And that wasn't even planned. So it's a good thing you tuned in because now we can't talk about it.
Well, it's all good.
I'm just teasing. Hey, what's happening, Marcelo? Good to see you, my friend. Pound Team Live. Love it. So, yes, Marcelo's from Georgia. You want to talk about a guy? He has his own live as well. And, man, they're killing it. They do Lincoln lunch, I believe it is. Right, Marcelo? Put that in the comments. I think our followers would really like that. For sure.
Thanks for your support.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got Anthony Goudet. Hi, all. Great to be with you today. All right. Perfect. Good to have you with us today as well, Anthony. Kick us off, Jen.
Yeah. So what we're talking about is a product mindset. And this is, rampant in every other business, fully adopted in every other business in the world. So what you're doing is you're selling a product, not yes, we're selling a dream. Yes, we're selling a custom home for a lot of our clients. But really, at the end of the day, if you are in the business of manufactured assembly, building volumetric construction, you're selling products. And we're not talking about boxes or modules. We're talking about completed projects. So our recommendation to you is come up with a suite of highly desirable products that can be customized, but the fundamentals are all the same.
Step and repeat.
Exactly.
Definitely step and repeat. Some of the manufacturers that we see coming online today have really started to embrace this, right? And this is where we're going to talk about what Doug's doing in his consulting side of the world. It's so important that if we have some repeatable process in the manufacturing line, so we can put out more product in an efficient, cost-controlled, high-quality manner.
Exactly. And there's a lot of benefits to that, right? You increase your productivity, you increase your certainty in terms of timelines and cost. But when you go away from a project-led or a project-centric mindset to a product mindset, wouldn't you just love to sell the same house day in and day out? I mean, if only it could be that easy, right? Think about your team, right? Your skilled labor out there, just building the same thing day in and day out. I mean, yes, maybe we're living in a dream world when we think about that. And it doesn't, but keep in mind, it also doesn't have to be boring when you do that.
No.
There are things that you can do to, getting into that mass customization where you can create unique looking products, but not reinvent the wheel every single time.
Well, absolutely. But start off with a great looking product, right? I mean, this is kind of the whole idea. So when you standardize your product offerings on top of just the build offerings, you can simplify your process. Doesn't mean you can only have 5 things, right? But again, if you know how the 20 things you offer or the 100 things you offer work and what they cost and how they plug and play into the entire process, now you have a process that's step and repeatable, I guess, is the better way to say it, where you can just sell those products over again. And the biggest thing here is customer satisfaction.
Absolutely. And also the value proposition of offsite construction. And this is where, part of this was inspired again by that conversation with Doug Pill and Prefab Logic. And
sometimes it runs together.
And what we were talking about is you need to offer more than one value proposition,
That's right?
Speed to vertical is a given. Everybody knows that. We've beaten that pretty much into everybody's heads. What are the other value propositions that you can offer your clients? Well, we've talked about on building modular, the planning process, how much is pulled forward in terms of offsite. You need to make all of those decisions up front. You need to make sure all of your details, all of your drawings, are really designed and created in a way that people can actually build from those plans. Nothing is left to chance. So if you are creating a suite of products that is repeatable, you're shrinking your design time. You're not redesigning every time a new project comes your way.
That's right.
So again, it's that improved process, that improved workflow, compressing the design time by designing into DFMA, right? And
I've never heard that word before.
letting, and bring in this is where you can also bring in the construction technology. Let the, parametric design and all of that.
Generative design, that's coming on big right now. Yeah.
Exactly. Let the software, let the technology do the hard work.
That's right.
And then leave the design details to making that project, desirable from an aesthetic point of view, making it unique from an aesthetic point of view. But again, jumping around a little bit with conversations, going back to full stack modular.
Oh yeah, with their whole online parametric design. It was so powerful, it crashed my computer while I was live. That was the first time that's ever happened to me. I froze my screen, my computer screen and camera froze. So, but absolutely right. Like, houses are data points, right? It's mathematical. Every house is mathematical. We can send people to the moon, right? Didn't we just have SpaceX land some people in the shuttle up in space? How can they do that and we can't get some simple 2x4s, 2x6 laid out properly? We can.
We absolutely can.
We can. We just need to embrace the technology. We need to invest in the technology. We need to understand the technology. It's already there, but you have to look at it and understand it. So if you're an existing manufacturer, yes, I'm talking to you. Take a look at it. It's coming fast, and it's a big deal. And getting back to what you said, like Doug, we put so much, time into putting these things together. Doug said, speed to vertical. That's what Doug always says. The speed to vertical, increase certainty and productivity with product standardization. That's key. That is really key. So
so we can flip through our banners because, again, we're talking about a product-led process. If you are a manufacturer and if you are a builder, instead of spending time spinning your wheels, reinventing each time, following the client's lead, be the leader in the space.
That's right.
Develop products that are in demand in your marketplace. Put that time and effort in the upfront process, and then sell the daylights out of it.
100%. You build it, they will come. We've all heard that before, and it's what's happening. Offsite is where we're headed, right? Then we have the design to make manufacturing easier. So this is getting back into DFMA, right? So we need to be designing products that actually work on a production line, whether it's automated or not automated. The step and repeat process, just like McDonald's, just like Dunkin' Donuts, you can pretty much get the same thing anywhere in the country because they have a repeatable process. And we're going to have to get to that repeatable process. Now, there's plenty of manufacturers in the Northeast here are going to say, my customers don't want that. They want a custom home, and that's the bulk of their business. So how does one deal with that, Jennifer?
Right. So listen, it's no different than any other product out there. And I agree, homeowners, we've dealt with them for a very long time. They want what they want when they want it, right? But if you show them a better way, if you show them the beauty marks of a predictable cost, a controlled cost and a predictable timeline, the value of that, selling the value of that should come along with selling your and I don't want to use the word standard, but your custom product line. So It's no different when you want a pair of sneakers. Again, going back to the analogy, you can go to Converse, you can go to Nike, you can go to Adidas. There's all different price points, there's all different styles, but people become loyal to a brand for multiple reasons,
100%.
right? Yep. So it's not that you have to be everything to everybody. Converse doesn't have Air Jordans, they stick to what they do best. So you as the home builder, establish your brand, establish your product line, deliver high quality product,
right.
high quality service, and that's where the value lies.
So, right. And yesterday we were talking with Amy Marks, the queen of prefab. She has a new show coming up, by the way. You guys check it out on the construction channel. I think it's pretty cool, right? Because she says it how it is all the time. If you know Amy, you know what I mean. But here's the deal. She made it very clear, even in our conversation that we had, that, Apple is not sitting around waiting for somebody to tell them what to do.
Right.
They're not waiting for somebody to tell them what to do. Apple is making things happen. They are bringing new ideas. They are showing the consumer market new ideas. Microsoft is doing the same thing. Home building, we seem to just wait around in the back and wait for somebody to ask us to do something. And I think those tides are changing pretty quick.
Yeah, and this is where we can really step into a leadership position and create solutions for our homeowners. And let's think about it. You know what, I'm going to say it for the end because I don't want to go out of order. Let's get back to our banners.
Ooh, really, you stopped yourself.
I know. It's the value proposition in terms of workflow, productivity, controlled cost, and timelines that you're selling along with your product. Then you can talk about mass customization. And obviously, this is not a common term that your clients will know. This is part of the industry jargon. But essentially what you can do is personalize your home or project, make it their own. Again, the same way you can personalize your Chuck Taylors.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, we had Buy a Build on, and they're doing their whole online where you can design a home. The homes are beautiful. And you can dress it any way you want with the style, porch, patios, decks, all of that stuff. So there is the option to do this in parametric design and generative design, where people can really get what they want and how they want it, for sure.
Yeah. And again, with this, know what you're willing to do. And maybe mass customization for you is, when you're talking about kitchens and bathrooms, it's 3 different elements for each, whether that's plumbing fixtures or countertops or cabinet styles. Where are you willing to deviate and where do you need to be the same? Because guess what else happens with mass customization? The estimating process is so much easier.
Man, you're not kidding. Well, I think that's really what it is. It comes down to efficiency. It comes down to productivity. It comes down to a better product. And also it translates into safer working environments.
Absolutely. The less that you can do on site, the more that you can do in a controlled environment. Again, these are some of the not so obvious benefits for both the homeowners and the investors, whoever is really leading the charge on the project, because less time on site means less opportunity for something to go wrong or, bad weather or an accident to happen or another, shutdown to occur. So less time on site is the real win. You can compress your design time as well.
Absolutely. So I have to pull up my banner here, Jennifer, because I'm getting ready to have a fight with you.
Over.
The next one. Resist the urge to customize. I caught her off guard. Oh, I bet I'll see the divorce papers coming. All right. So with that said, listen, resist the urge to customize. How many people out there are scared to just say no? That's the question, Jen. How many people are out there in the manufacturing world feel that if they say no to what customers want, then they won't get the business?
Yeah. And this is where you have to just be true to yourself and be true to your team. Because when you say yes to a client, it's not always you that has to deliver. It's the team behind you that has to deliver. So, a big phrase in our house is saying no means saying yes to something else. No, we can't deviate from our plan, Mr. and Mrs.
That's right.
John Doe. We cannot go out of our way and do this for you as a one-off, but we can offer you a controlled cost and a predictable timeline and ... Here's what we can do for you instead of that. That's where being a real leader starts to take form. It
does start to take form. We've had so many great manufacturers on, consultants and manufacturers, builders, and it's the same repetitive conversation with all of them, and it's not so much the tried and true people that have been in the industry. These are new people looking at doing it differently. and it's working.
Yeah.
And this is why we're kind of driving this home today, because it really is. When we look back and we spend time preparing all of our notes to pull this together, and we look at the data from all of our shows and what we're hearing over and over and over again, not just here, but around the world, because we're having global conversations. This is the truth. This is what's happening, and this is what is coming.
Right. And the other thing that you should consider if you're a manufacturer or a builder, if people are constantly asking you to change, perhaps you don't have the right product for the market you're trying to serve. And this is where talking to the right people and getting honest feedback and honest opinions from trustworthy sources makes a difference. Yeah. Because as you continue to refine your product offering and the selections that you offer, it will come. And think about it. There are huge production builders out there. We've all known somebody who either lives in a Toll Brothers home or a K-Hub home or, Ryan Homes, you name it.
That's right.
Oftentimes, there is no deviation. You get what they offer, right? But you're buying into that location because of the other amenities or services or added value that community offers. Think about your business the same way.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's you got to invest in it, right? And that's the key in everything that we do. So reinvest in the process of improving technology, automation, R&D. For those of you who don't know what that means, that's research and development.
Exactly. So when you are spinning your wheels on all of that design time, that's not for free. There's a cost associated with that. The time lag, the time between decisions being made, the time between, emails being sent and photos being sent. There's a huge price tag attached to that. Think about if you could quantify that. Think about if you could add up all of those nickels and dimes, and instead of spending it on spinning your wheels, redesigning each and every project, that you could actually go back and reinvest in your business in the places where that makes sense. Maybe you're not a fully automated factory at the time, right now. Think about if you could shift gears and offer more products and stop catering to more projects. Think about what that could do for the technology that you could bring in, either software or hardware like robotics and automation, or even your own research and development, in terms of, hey, what can I offer my clients that the competition isn't? How can I better evolve my factory, my people, my whatever, and reinvest in yourself?
Yeah, just having the simple process, even from the consumer consumer side, everybody's inundated with so much information and so much knowledge today. Bringing it down to earth for them and streamlining a process for them is a huge deal. I know from all the years that we were building, one of the things that we really started implementing was process. And that process is one of the things that people always brought up, like, they were so grateful that we streamlined what was going on, streamlined some of the decisions. It's an important thing. Now we can do it with technology. They can do it from their house, from their living room. You as a manufacturer can do the same thing from your manufacturing facility, where your employees can work and do everything from the location or home. So think about how valuable that is to the end consumer, whether it is an investor or a homeowner.
Yeah, and think about this for a minute, because maybe you're not ready to take the leap into a huge dollar investment.
Right.
But you're trying to create some type of unique value proposition of, something that sets you apart from your competition. When you think about technology, it's not just BIM, it's not just, things that happen in the factory. You could, instead of offering a fully custom on-site built 4-season room, maybe you offer something like a subscription to HomeZada, where the client has access to a software application that helps them actually manage their home and turns that smart home into something that they can control from their phone. So, think about it differently. Like, instead of having to offer, a fully, custom mason surround fireplace, say, hey, we're actually going to pay for a 1-year subscription to this really cool app that's going to help you monitor the energy efficiency of your home, lower your operating costs, and in turn, give you a more comfortable, healthy living environment.
Yeah, for sure. And, I think one of the things that we need to dive into a little bit more, Jen, on this is, manufacturers, yeah, we heard it before. Where's the proof in the pudding? Where's the savings and money, time, effort, and all of these things? This goes back to the same argument. And tomorrow we have a great show with Hardy Wenzel from Structureland. Their investor is Walmart. Mm-hmm. So 1 p.m. tomorrow, everybody, we're gonna have Hardy Wenzel on, the CEO. Using better lumber is what a lot of people do not understand. Using better lumber will speed up your process. Does it cost more upfront to have straight lumber? Can you imagine? Who would want something straight for building? Who would want something straight to build something? Seriously, straighter lumber, better produced lumber saves you money all the way through the entire process into the field. So these are all little things that if you do your research, you are going to find out that $1 or $2 more upfront can save you $10 on the back end. And that is really what we're finding out when we're talking to people that have made the switch in this. So, it's kind of funny, but unexpectedly doing all of this, we're having so many conversations that all this stuff, it just starts coming together and it's like, So that's why we're here sharing this with you. Straighter lumber is better lumber.
Yeah. So again, it's going back to the basics and really thinking about what is important, and especially now when supply chain is definitely better than it was, but still in a state of flux. It's about the quality of the craftsmanship. It's about really standing behind your product, and when you take that building that snowflake each time, building that unique new set of plans, new set of drawings each time, and you take that out of the equation, it enables you to reinvest in the things that really matter.
Yeah, for sure. George Ryman, strategically reinvest, as he put it up there. I just thought it was good. And we're going to get to saying hello to some other people. But Jen, I was just thinking, aren't all snowflakes, don't they all look the same?
Really?
I don't know, don't they?
No,
they don't.
Do not. Oh. And listen, we're not saying that.
Not like a 3-leaf clover.
No, 4-leaf clover. Either way, it's not that we're saying say no to bespoke construction projects. That's not what we're saying.
That's
what we're saying is, if you are really committed to bringing the industrialized construction elements, the product-led mindset into your business of offsite manufacturing and offsite construction, this is where you go from just building indoors to truly leveraging the economies of scale.
Yeah. Banners up, build better business, build better homes. Precision plus performance equals
profit. Yeah. This is our favorite banner, I could say our. Right?
Yeah,
I think your favorite banner is It's a Fight, and my favorite banner is Precision.
Checklist and coordination.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah, I like to fight. I was a boxer, People don't know that. I think I just put that out there.
Yes.
I have no nose. So let's say hi to somebody, because I'm completely lost my mindset on that one. All right. Let's go in here. Who do we have that haven't said hello to? Hey, look who it is. Hami, how are you, Hami Milan from Sukup America? I love these guys, right? So Hami is a young guy that I met. I think, did we meet at the International Industrialized Wood-Based Conference in Boston? Then we met again at World of Modular. You want to talk about somebody that's younger in this business that knows their stuff? This is the guy. So love Sukup, had great conversations with them recently. They're doing amazing things. And if you don't know who they are, you guys should check them out.
Well, this is where it comes back, full circle, right? Sukup obviously offers an amazing automation solution for the factories that are ready to go there, and is working with some of the best factories globally. Right.
I didn't know they were globally until we had all those conversations.
Yeah. And so when you think about it, even though you may not be ready to invest today, start learning about it so that you know what that investment looks like in the future, and really get laser focused, because things like straight lumber and automation are the tools in your toolbox that you really need to go to, again, if you want to embrace prefabrication, to the degree that it's really meant for. And we keep coming back to it, but designing into these projects up front, creating those products so that you don't have to redesign them each time. That's where the wins begin to stack up.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And companies like theirs, it's just, they actually talk to people about how to implement things into their factories, which is really great because you don't have to figure this stuff out. There are people like Hami who have figured it out already for you, and they can put one piece of machinery in, or they can redo a whole thing. So it's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What we're trying to explain and share with you, and we're not giving you all the details of the how-to, because the solution for you might be different from the solution for somebody else. What we'd like to do is give you the confidence to really bring your product line together. And the analogy I used earlier today was, there was a time where we all carried around a camera and carried around a cell phone.
Yeah.
Right? Think about how our lives changed when those two devices came together, and if you're anything like me, you have thousands and thousands of photos on your phone. But now I never miss a moment. Never miss a moment. It's right there and it's instant, and never thought that I would go from, the old flip phone so many years ago
to one of these
to, keeping a handheld computer, by my side nonstop. But think about how converging those two technologies changed the lives of so many people and pulled forward, so many different ways to do business, work remotely, capture those moments. That's what we're encouraging you to do here, is just bring together the mindset of industrialized construction into offsite manufacturing, offsite construction, and really leverage the strengths of both of those approaches to manufactured assembly and building homes and building buildings that people really want to live in.
Yeah, 100%. I am somebody who still carries around a camera and a phone because I have to. But anyhow, you're absolutely right. The power is in your pocket today. That's something we talk about all the time as well, and increasing influence. But this is where it's going. Look how fast phones developed, right? And I think that's how fast this industry, I think, is going to start developing. It's been kind of slow, and then it dropped, and but pretty sure this is going to start going pretty sky's the limit fairly fast. I mean, look at we had Art Schmone on yesterday, right? From Forest Economic Advisors, and we were talking about what's happening with mass timber. Mass timber is up huge. It is growing super fast. They've already got their stuff in the building code, so that helps them move this forward. They got government support moving it forward, and there are factories coming up everywhere. And again, tomorrow we're going to find out more about it, because we're going to talk about some of those specifics with Hardy Wenzel from Structurland.
Yeah.
Structurland, and we're going to talk about the Walmart investment too, who he says is phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, this is just it. Again, it's changing the way that we, and you know what, and I shouldn't even say changing the way we think about it. It's just about thinking about it differently in the future. We're all, I made the comment a couple of shows back that 2020 is the year of the pivot. This is the year where we can really look to our future selves and think about your family, your friends, your parents, your children, whomever, and the homes that you want to live in. And think about not, saying, hey, let's not put all this money into redesigning a wheel. Right. Let's put some of this money into the systems and the mechanicals and, the tools that will keep your home healthy, comfortable, lower operating costs, really optimize the way you live in your home and spend less time worrying about, oh, you know what, I can't have a home that looks like some other folks out there.
I know, but there is the keeping up with the Joneses, right? There are people who do that. I see Jerry Makahi is saying hello. All right, so Jerry, if you're still listening, I know you pop in and out. How important is good lumber, straight lumber in a production process? How important is it? Because you're somebody who is using it, who has changed it. I'm just curious. We know already from talking to people that this is somebody in TechRaw. He doesn't have to tune into our show. He doesn't have to do any of that support. But they're doing it, and they are busy. Why?
Yeah. I mean, and think about some of the amazing posts that Jerry sends out there and the photos that he shares with everybody. oftentimes it's not apples to apples when you look at how homes are framed or built, and you look at the quality of the lumber and everything else that goes into these homes. It's no different than restaurants, right?
Yeah.
You can get a hamburger anywhere, but some places that hamburger might be $20 and other places $2, so it's the quality of the ingredients, it's the quality of the mixture, it's the magic sauce, right?
It is. All right. So Jen, should we talk about some big announcements? You have no idea what I'm about to say, are you? No idea. I have no idea. Big announcement.
Oh my gosh.
I'm putting it out there. So here we go, folks. I think it looks like it is going to be official. We should be hitting the road if we don't get shut down by COVID for some strange reason. But 100% committed to going across this country in an RV. We're going to be going East Coast, Midwest, and West Coast, and maybe vice versa. We may go all the way to West Coast and work our way back east. We don't know yet. But we are going to do this, and we're going to stream live on location every day. We may be in the same place for a couple of days in a row, but we will be live on location to different facilities out there. So if you're watching this and you want us to come to your facility, it's official. We are doing it. We are going to hit this road, and we're going to bring the trade show experience to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I'm trying to come up with a creative segue of industrialized construction and hitting the road in an RV. That analogy escapes me at the moment.
Hey, it's on a Freightliner chassis, so at least we're using a diesel pusher anyhow.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, when you talk about the convergence and the collaboration that's happening out there, we're so excited to showcase some of these things on location for everybody, and really bring some more of these stories to the forefront, because again, the how-tos are different for everybody, but there is a cultural shift that's happening out there. Industrialized construction will come in and impact prefabrication and offsite construction in a really, really big way. And we'd like to cheer you all on and really work toward this if you are in the business of volumetric modular construction. I mean, and of course, panelization and all of the other building systems.
Right.
But our theory has been that if we work together and take the best practices from industries across the world, our ecosystem of construction will evolve.
100%. And hopefully we're going to be part of that conversation the whole way through with everybody out there. All right, Jerry gave us some comments. See, he stuck around. All right, he says, to us, it's everything. Quality starts with quality materials. I love it. And the next one, absolutely. Every chef knows it's all about the ingredients. 100%. Even George Ryman saying premium lumber is of primary importance to the modular factory. Yes, it is. My former employer was calling over 80% of their incoming lumber due to quality issues at a significant cost. They were calling it, right? In other words, for those that don't understand that means they're pulling it out of the lineup.
Yeah.
80%.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that we talked about with Helena Lidlow of Lindback,
Sweden,
right?
Yeah.
When we featured the high level of automation they've embraced in Sweden, and that is where it all starts. So again, it's about suppliers, it's about trade partners, it's about all of us coming together and really providing those high quality materials, because again, these are the homes and buildings that we are working in, living in, breathing in and day out. Let's build them the right way. Let's build them better.
Better. I love better. Perfectly well said. I heard somebody saying excellent. I can't work.
What?
It's excellently good. Excellently good.
That might have been our 4-year-old.
Well, I could have been dreaming it. All right. What else we got, Jennifer? What else we got? We got, oh, you know what? We have Tim Sims.
Tim Sims.
Yeah, did I say Sims? Tim Sims and Carolina Albano on Thursday. Increasing Influence with Miles Big's Ideas.
Yeah, so really looking forward to Carolina and Tim sharing their story with Miles Biggs on Increasing Influence. Their podcast, Build Perspectives, is very synergistic with what we're trying to do here, is just share stories of people who are thinking differently, putting a lot of care and effort into how they do things and the why they do things.
Mhm.
And in the end, people are seeking out their brands, seeking out the people that they're showcasing. And this is what we want to encourage everybody to do. Be your authentic self in your business. Stay true to your product line.
That's right.
Have the confidence to build and offer, and stick to your product line, and just resist the urge of customization each time.
Mass customization.
Embrace mass customization.
Yeah, you know what? Let's round it out there, Jen. I think you said that absolutely excellently well. And I think that's excellently time to say you were excellent. All right, I'm all over the place. So with that said, I agree with you, Jennifer. We need to start looking at it very seriously. I say it all the time to all of you old school, been around long time manufacturers. The change is coming. Everybody out there is near and dear to our heart because I've been doing this 20 years and we know a lot of them that are out there. It's time to start embracing technology. We have to start looking at this differently. I want to see everybody that's been in this business for so long be successful because there's plenty of room for all of us. Whether you're a modular builder, a panelized builder, or a mass timber builder, it doesn't matter. Offsite is still only less than 5% total of our industry. We need to be 95%. So if you guys want to have further conversation on that, please reach out.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us, and tune back in next week. We do think we have a special guest lined up for you next week, so we'll be showcasing some of these products in action, which we're super excited to tell that story next.
Yeah.
So join us next
week.
You
know what? Join us at the NAHB thing. Can they log into that at 2:00 that we're doing with the associate members?
We can definitely, check out our posts. We'll put a link in the comments.
Yeah.
But like Dave said, 2 p.m. today, NAHB associate members meeting, monthly associate members meeting is connecting with the Big Building Systems Council. We'll have Tiffany McCall there.
Yep, Devin Perry. Greg Ugaldi is going to be there, and we're going to be there as well, talking to the associate members because they want to know why they should do business with us. That's 88,000 members. Now, I know that's not who's going to show up, but that's a chance to speak to more people that can support our industry, put marketing dollars in our industry, make money in our industry moving forward. So that's what we're doing at 2:00 to 3:00. And, we love it.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much. And we will see you next week.
All right. Bye now.
Bye.